The Detroit Red Wings 5-4. Din and I said 5-1. We were right. We're half right. Uh,
Yeah,
um,
right. And I was.
yes. So, what were your thoughts, Mark, on
I think
tonight's win?
it was 5-3, but the way they played, it should have been 5-1. So this is probably the most comfortable game this is the most comfortable I've felt watching the Leafs this year. I felt like we were in control the whole time, and I was loving it.
But don't lie. When they scored 5-4 and there's 28 seconds left, you got a little nervous, didn't you?
Nerves?
Yeah. No, the D pairings looked good. It's going to take some time for them to completely gel together. But honestly, on a lot of their goals, I'd have to look at them again. I only noticed on one of them was like a blatant error.
Yeah.
And I also didn't really pay too much attention to Mrazek and how he was in each of the goals.
Yeah.
But on the last one that Nemesnikov scored, or the one before the slap shot because he was screened, the third goal, that poke check, and he knew that was a weak poke check.
That was just kind of luck.
Yeah. So, but other than that, like, we can't be too upset about.
Yes, his first game back. So
yeah,
I'm feeling pretty good. I thought he played pretty well.
Yeah,
even though it's 3, but.
And what do you think of the rest of the boys on? What do you think of the forward group?
Well, it's going to be the title of the video. Marner's back, baby. He needed a greasy, just dumb luck goal like that. But it is because he was working hard and trying to get the puck back, spot. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy. Hopefully that's some weight off his shoulders.
Well, same with Tavares.
T. Yeah, Johnny T. He was unreal. He was the best player tonight. Like, he was doing everything right, and he actually got the points this time. Where some games he does everything right, but just can't buy a goal.
Yeah, and I did like, especially in the third period, the Matthews, Bunting, Nylander line. It is still is going to take some time for the gel because there was one play that I found really funny. It was so Nylander had the puck. And Bunting was like getting ready for a shot, but Matthews was right behind him. And Nylander waited, and then he was like looking right at Bunting, waiting for Matthews, and then passed it right behind Bunting to Matthews for the shot. And I was like, dude, you're gonna have to get used to that. Like, like that's just, he's probably just like, that's what's gonna happen. He's probably just laughing it off. But that's the type of stuff that you can do with like having a grinder guy out there who's not expected to do as much. Is like he's not gonna have the ego that like is going to get pissed off by Nylander, Matthews looking for each other first. He's probably going to be okay being the third guy. And hey, he got a goal. Those guys didn't this game.
Yeah, he's like blowing my expectations out of the water.
Were you going to say exceeding your expectations?
Yeah. And then I started thinking of Expedia, and I'm like, no, that's a website. I'm not traveling. So I love him. He's so awesome.
Yeah, and that makes like, I think once again, the second power play unit is the one that's actually getting stuff done. They're the one who seems to have like consistent zone time on the power play. So, hey, if that second unit is doing well, then like once we get that first one going, if we do, no, we will. They're like 5 amazing borderline superstar players. They will get that first power play unit going.
Yep.
For the playoffs, which I think we all agree they're going to make. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's a wild card spot. Maybe it's top 3 in the division. But you got to have both of those things rolling going into the playoffs. And I really liked I like having that second unit, Bunting playing the bumper, and then Spezza up top, because that guy is just, oh man, he's a hero. He's my hero.
Every single game, he's awesome.
Yeah.
How does he keep doing it?
So. It was I was at Belleville Bulls camp, and Jason Spezza was the captain of the Belleville Bulls, and I remember I was doing wall sits, and he came up to me, and I was like, I was killing it. I was like, a few minutes in, he was like, "Good job, man," and that was the only words Jason Spezza ever spoke to me, but that has resonated throughout the rest of my life, and I would not be the man I am today if it wasn't for Jason Spezza.
You just knew you should join the Leafs.
Yep.
And he's just been thinking about it ever since.
He's like, fuck, I'm on the fucking Sens. This is bullshit.
It's the Leafs and Lads.
It's the Leafs and Lads, yeah. No, the defense looked great. Sandin looked awesome. Like even defensively, he looked really good. Dermott made a couple mistakes, but overall, like playing against the top competition and playing in like a lot more heavily, like more minutes, he looked as good as you could expect for his first game doing that.
Yeah. And Muzzin looked a lot more comfortable with Brody on his line.
Yeah.
But when they first showed the Sandin Logren combo, I was like it's two young guys. I don't know. But they were like, they did as much as you would expect from them.
Yeah. Playing sheltered minutes and they still looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was no glaring mistakes that I noticed from either of them. So
and I noticed Sandin in the offensive zone a lot, like trying to create chances, and I just love that because that's what we need. Yeah,
and it was good because there was a couple times when he did pinch, but then he got back fast and like had very quick pressure on the puck as he was coming back. So that was like big to see because you don't want to be getting caught, especially because Liljegren is relatively new to the league. So you can't be that all over the place. But no, I thought it was a really good effort. It was nice to see. I like you. I wasn't, because right from the get-go, and Leafs have always had shitty starts. They were playing with heart and they were all over them. And it's actually, they started wavering a little bit in the second, but overall, like,
they just like controlled the whole game. And so they're cycling, like their offense. The last couple of games when they're in the offensive zone, they just didn't look dangerous. But this game, like every time they shot, I was like, oh, like it's so close. So they're actually doing, I don't know what they're doing different this game, but it was working.
And even that fourth line looked good. Engvall is still looking awkward, but good somehow. I don't know how it happens. And it was also cool to see I think they showed the video in the broadcast, or it might've been on Twitter, of like when they're on the skate and they all like went over and like hugged him and like had like a team huddle because he re-signed that contract.
Oh yeah, when they broke the news.
Yeah. So that might be a push in the right direction, that like, this is our core. We're gonna really do it now, you know?
Yes.
So,
Some belief.
Yeah. Wow, that's a pun we'll use for a later video for sure. All right, well, that's it for tonight's reaction. We're gonna have a longer podcast, hopefully tomorrow or Monday, one of the 2 days, and we'll talk about quite a bit more stuff. But I think nothing but smiles from us after this game.
We're heading the right direction.
Some belief.